All right, this is our 8th story problem for uniform motion. Two brothers decide to run a marathon together by each running a portion of the distance. Adam averages 10 miles an hour and Ben averages 8 miles an hour. They finish the 26.2 miles in exactly 3 hours. How long does each of them run and how far does each of them run? So long refers to time and then how far obviously refers to distance. Now this one will be a little bit tricky just because we still need to use two variables, but we're going to have to do it a little bit differently. So we've got rate times time equals distance, and Adam, Ben, and then the total. So we know the rates. We know Adam is 10 miles an hour and Ben is 8 miles an hour, so we can fill those in easily. Okay, how about time? So together their time is 3 hours, but do we know how long Adam runs or for what amount of time Ben runs? We don't. So we have x, y, and 3. Since we've already used two variables, we don't want to put another variable over there for the distance. Since we don't want to use a brand new variable, how do we know what we put in that distance box? Well, we know rate times time equals distance, so we're just going to put 10x for Adam's distance, 8y for Ben's distance, and then 26.2 for the total distance. So if we look at this, in some ways looks a little bit more similar to our mixture problems than it does to our uniform motion problems, but it's still, they're all very similar. So the first thing we'll have is x plus y is equal to 3. 10x plus 8y is equal to 26.2. So if we think of this, that's saying Adam's time plus Ben's time equals 3 hours. That makes sense. And Adam's distance plus Ben's distance is equal to 26.2. And that also makes sense. So we've got this system of equations, and we need to decide if we're going to use substitution or elimination. Okay, again, equally easy either way. You just pick your favorite way on this one because equation 1 is easy to solve for x or y. And using equation 1 is easy to eliminate x or y. So it doesn't matter which method we use. Let's just use substitution to keep getting substitution practice. So we know x is equal to 3 minus y. I could have just as easily solved for y. Plug that into the other equation. So 10x becomes 10 times 3 minus y plus 8y equals 26.2. Distribute. So we have 30 minus 10y. The rest of it remains unchanged. Combine like terms, so we have 30 minus 2y equals 26.2. All variables on one side, we've got that done. All numbers on the other. Subtract 30 from both sides, so we get negative 2y equals negative 3.8. Divide both sides by negative 2 and y equals 1.9. So x is equal to 3 minus 1.9 or 1.1. So if we come back and look at the answers I have, 1.1 for x, 1.9 for y, that tells me I could go through and carry that over. So I have 11 for Adam's distance and 15.2 for Ben's distance. So it says how long does each of them run? We have their times. How far does each of them run? And we have their distances. Adam runs 11 miles in 1.1 hours. And Ben runs 15.2 miles in 1.9 hours.